Michigan takes on Hawaii in week 2 of the 2022 college football season. The last time that Michigan played Hawaii, they won 63-3. That was back in 2016. A 60-point victory. The spread for this game, 50.5 as of this recording. 50.5 points Michigan is favored by. The Wolverines are coming fresh off a 51-7 rout of the Colorado State Rams. It was a solid showing in all three phases: offense, defense, special teams. Michigan is still trying to figure out who the starting quarterback is going to be. Cade McNamara started week 1, and this is a game that many Michigan fans have been wanting for a long time. That is JJ McCarthy's first start at quarterback. I've had some people in the comment section saying that people like me are the reason that people hate Cade McNamara, and I don't think that that's really fair. I'm just trying to give a fair assessment over the quarterback situation, and what I saw in the first game is that JJ McCarthy looked a lot better than Cade did. It is a tough situation for Michigan because Cade McNamara led the team to the playoff last season, and he has the respect of his teammates. But at the same time, JJ McCarthy deserves his chance to prove that he can be the starter, and he'll be getting his chance against a Hawaii team that is not good. Hawaii's first-year head coach is Timmy Chang. You guys might remember him. He played quarterback for Hawaii not that long ago. Man, I'm getting old. He threw for 17,000 yards and 117 touchdowns as Hawaii's starting quarterback back in the day. And most recently, he was the wide receiver coach at Nevada under Jay Norvell, who is now the head coach for Colorado State that Michigan beat 51-7 in week 1. So see, it all comes full circle. Hawaii has already logged 2 games this year. They played in week 0 at home against Vanderbilt, and they lost 63-10. They gave up 63 points to Vanderbilt, who last season was ranked 128 out of 130 in scoring offense in the FBS. They finished 104th in rushing yards per game and 104th in passing yards per game last season, and they just put up 63 against Hawaii. Vanderbilt also gained over 600 yards in that game, with 400 plus coming on the ground. Yikes. And then in the last game, which was their second game, which was week 1, which totally makes sense, they lost 49-17 to Western Kentucky. Here's one positive. They didn't give up 600 yards to Western Kentucky. They only gave up a little over 400, but they did throw 5 interceptions. Hawaii still has a little bit of a quarterback battle going on because the guy who started week 0 is not the same guy who started week 1, so we're not sure who it's going to be. I don't think it's really going to matter too much because Hawaii has been outscored 112-27 so far this season. I hope Hawaii enjoys the flight to Michigan because I don't think they're going to have a whole lot of fun once they get there. Oh, have I mentioned that it's going to be a night game also, so the big house is going to be rocking. Real quick, if you're enjoying the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really goes a long way in helping the channel. Thanks. Some things I would like to see in this game are JJ McCarthy taking advantage of his first start. He knows the opportunity that he's been given here, so is he going to take advantage of that? Is he going to grab hold of the quarterback job and not let it go? I would love to see Michigan take some shots down the field. You know, the quarterback play is very important, but so is the play calling too. Michigan has the receivers to spread the field and really be a truly dynamic offense, so I would love to see them take a few shots. Open the field up a little bit. Having said that, I think the most important thing is just to dominate Hawaii the way that Michigan is supposed to dominate Hawaii. And it's most likely going to be with a lot of running the football. I like to see a game with no turnovers. No turnovers, no penalties. Disciplined football is always good. Some fans have concerns, whether warranted or not, that JJ is more apt to turn the ball over than Cade McNamara. You know, being able to make all the throws like JJ can, will he try to make all the throws? And part of that is trying to fit a ball into a tight window, which usually leads to more interceptions happening from time to time. Also, he runs the ball more than Cade and maybe doesn't always tuck it the best that he can, so maybe that increases the likelihood of some fumbles happening. Maybe I'm being greedy, but I would love to see a shutout. You know, week 1, Michigan was so close to shutting out Colorado State. They gave up that one long pass late in the game. I think it's possible they could shut Hawaii out. And as always, no injuries. I'm going to go big on the prediction here and say that Michigan puts up 70 points and wins 70-6. I have a feeling this is going to look a lot like Michigan-Rutgers 2016, where it's just domination in the trenches and they never let Hawaii up off the mat, especially with it being a night game atmosphere. I mean, maybe Michigan doesn't put up that many points if they get the backups in early and stuff, but still, Vanderbilt put up 63. If Vanderbilt can run for 400 yards against Hawaii, I think Michigan could probably run for that in 3 quarters at least. I made a post asking you guys for your bold predictions, and these are some of my favorites. Jonathan Wyman says 5 interceptions by Michigan and 3 defensive scorers. Brian Scott says Michigan has 3 players over 100 yards rushing, 2 players over 100 yards receiving. Andrew Anthony could be one of those. Justin says JJ throws 4 touchdowns before halftime, 40-0 heading into the half. DP116 says that JJ solidifies his role as the starter. Michigan Man says Michigan 84, Hawaii 3. JJ has 350 to 425 passing yards and 6 touchdowns, 100 plus rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. Now that's bold. Riley says 72-6. James Cox says 63-3. Trosper says 70-3 Michigan. JJ plays most of the snaps. And Nathan Van Gelderen had probably my favorite bold prediction. Jake the Goat Moody might miss a field goal. Make sure to subscribe for more Michigan football content. Leave your predictions down in the comments, whether they're bold or just regular. And as always, go blue.